Illuminati rebirth. So there we go. Greetings, we are the Anunnaki. Greetings to your human collective. You're going more into yourselves, which also brings out our reveal of who we are as controllers. Well, the reason the control is there is to help your growth and our own. And the more darkness on your world from your controllers, it shows how much the controllers need to be healed. So your healing is our healing as we go into a transfer. Because once we do manifestation that is not always of the positive, we go through our own growth that is not exactly positive. So we come to your world to be healed. So we throw our darkness into your society, as many beings do. This is a healing planet, not just a seed world. And you see all the frustrations here. You feel like there's no end to the darkness, because many souls come here to let themselves out. So you feel like you're in a cage. So do many alien beings, but it's trapped within themselves. And even your world. So many of you are doctors and psychiatrists, is more than you realize. Many humans go through an alien environment, an alien situation on a human world. Meaning you have our problems here, and we learn from you. Like, wow, that human's acting just like me. So they have some of my energy. I better go see and how they got out of that situation. They married somebody they shouldn't married. Aliens do not have all the answers. Realize that we have our own difficulties. Yes, we're a bunch of soap opera beings. Yes, drama queens, but not all. So we bring our problems to your world, and your world decides to incarnate to experience those things, to find a way out themselves. We'll also see the hardship of what aliens go through. Not all alien beings, a lot of alien beings have no problems at all. Now, there are growth areas, so they incarnate here. So you have a lot of reptilian beings here, for example, that are very aggressive. So you have many spirit beings that incarnate to go through that aggression themselves, to bring enlightenment to it, or see if they can even handle it. So you're going to lessons of the aliens, of what they go through, the schooling of the alien beings, how they got to where they are. Now, many of you are connecting more to the positive side at a level that is fine for you, but many are still going through great darkness. Meaning many alien beings are like magicians. They have a lot of power and they still have issues. So you look up in the stars and admire the alien energies, not always realizing they have their problems too. They're not. They might have knowledge, but they don't always know how to apply that knowledge to themselves. Yes, I mean they can help others and not themselves. So some of the great aliens you're hearing that are helping you cannot help themselves. It's like just like your world. As many are gurus that are here helping people help, cannot help themselves. Or they're just a radio box, the same old helping others. And once again, when you have a spouse and connect that person, there's nothing there. And of course, you realize there's reasons for all of that. But many of your aliens are assisting. They're not always there to reveal their problems. You're there to help heal it and solve it. And telling you everything. It has to be discovered by you. That's why that happened. That's why I get married to this person. This is why I know these people. This is why I live where I don't want to live. And it's not always going to be revealed, but Once you pass the test, the knowledge opens up and comes through. Many are just always asking, what am I doing here? What am I here? Well, many aliens feel the same way. They're in higher dimensions. They don't know what the hell they're doing either. You might think they have all the answers. They don't. They might have a great amount of vocabulary, but they can't, once again, solve their own problems. Because they can have everything. It's like, so what do I do now? And that's where many beings become dark. Because they get too much. And this is for you to understand. As you know, wealth and power, once you hit a certain level, darkness comes in. That's what your world's going through at this moment. So you are going through the darkness of positivity on your world. And so you're not taking positivity for granted. You're understanding how to use it more properly. And you're just having everything. You know, many of the wealth, the world people, they get what they want, but they can't heal themselves. Well, they're not willing, they're not always ready to let go of not knowing, not wanting to heal themselves. It's not right. It's the adventure of not knowing. But then when ones that do want to heal, they feel, yes, the internal cry, which is much needed. And it shows the soul is very powerful for that. To willingness to look within. Look within and find yourself saying, wow, I really do have a lot of problems. And because problems aren't always there to be seen at all times. So it's like, wonder what I'm here to do. You're here to solve your own riddle. And that Illuminati, yes, they have issues. And you're wondering, they are great teachers, as you can see. There's positive ones that still have to strengthen themselves, but not go dark. It's like, I really want to beat that person up, but then they don't do it, but some do. Yeah, the darkness intimidates, as many of you know. Intimidates darkness. Intimidation. To just be angry at something. I mean, yes, we understand anger. You have to let some things out. We understand that. It can't be 24 hours a day positive, but when you do violence, is a whole different story. Violence cannot always be cured. And that's when the soul takes a level of just throwing everything away and putting only what they want, their selfishness in there, and putting out violence, which is called domestic violence or violence on children or human trafficking. Human trafficking is just, I have power over you. I am a god, and you are cattle. And yes, they do treat people like cattle, as you know. And humanity is still, it's finding its own humanity. That, yes, not saving the world, but save yourself first. And that's when everyone else feels the vibration of what you have to offer. So we understand you want to save the world. Some of you do. We want out of the situation, but you got to find your own way out. And that's living and just being yourself and living through guilt to heal that, to feel pain and to heal that is to justify or to look into your own suffering and to acknowledge your suffering, own it, and then heal it. It's not that easy, as you know. Okay, greetings. Okay, I've been connecting to different timelines with Trump. I made a video earlier about different scenarios. So I'm feeling like scenarios of like anything could have went recently because you got sick and anything was going from what I could pick up on. Now, obviously, some people just see him winning no matter what, but I was seeing different timelines. It's not like me to see those type of things. But now I see where Trump's going to basically wipe the floor with Biden no matter what. It's like, yeah, there's like a timeline where just that's what I'm talking about. It's like a timeline where anything could have really happened. So without going into details, the social media is not exactly user friendly these days, or not that it ever was. It's getting less friendlier. So, all right, we're going to. All right, we're going to a connection on that, and see what we can tap into, and also going to do a couple other connections, other beings. Blessings. Here. Greetings, we are Arcturians. Yes, you can say you are seeing a timeline glitch, a glitch in your reality, where Trump got sick. You are shifting to a new timeline. A glitch, meaning that didn't necessarily have to happen, but there's just other reasons for it that don't necessarily. There's, yes, multiple timelines that are occurring. So many are connected to different versions that are connected them to astral. So it's like behind the scenes, you're working on your reality. So everybody that's involved in this production has a different job. So you go through a different reality to make something happen that can even take 10 years for it to happen here in 2 minutes. So you're all sprouting out into different realities constantly. But it's also here to form this reality here. So a 10-year mission can lead up to what happened when he got sick. We're just using this for example. So as many things are happening behind the scenes that some of you pick up on. So yes, not everybody, yes, you're backstage. Astral is like backstage. And you're just putting together this reality here. And you all have some kind of place in it somewhere, some kind of contribution. Maybe not everybody in the whole world, but quite a few have something to do with it. Your media is like an archon energy. It is, yes, soul sucking at times. There's other beings involved too, but it's like an archon vibration, a vacuum to pull in soul energy. So when you're listening to what they're saying, it's like, oh, it's this, it's that. You're being pulled in. But if you ignore it all, you should be fine. But you still feel that pull energy that's going on behind the scenes. Yeah, it's a major manipulation on your planet. It actually comes from your sun, where a lot of these alien beings are working. Many alien beings work around the sun. That's why I don't see them floating around. They don't need to be seen, of course not. But as you go into a reality of awakenedness, yes, eventually you'll see the ships quite easily and be part of your society. So yes, you are working towards that reality of knowing. Yes, the golden age timeline, yes. The golden age where there's ripple effects of truth going through your reality. So, yes, there's also clone realities that are going on too. And a lot of clones are made by the sun or made behind the moon, the dark side of the moon. And how those clones are being brought in is different. Yes, it is done astrally, but there's also other fourth dimension ways of going about it. And you can say, yes, your Orion group plays a big role because they have the keys to society. Of course, you have positive beings that are involved. Of course, you have positive Orion beings also, but the positive Orion beings are always getting cleared out, knocked down. They drop like flies usually, because they're not always able to handle the darkness that's what's going on into this world. There's a lot of witchcraft going on in this world that you're healing at this time. And yes, as many of you already know, that those that are in your public arena that are trusted through spiritual groups, through whatever group, eventually the truth's going to come out about them. It's inevitable. And some of them are saying, oh, the truth's going to come out, truth's going to come out. It ends up being on them. Of course, they have to go in denial mode eventually. Those timelines haven't fully activated just yet. And those of you who are going through a frustrating time will be seen also. But also seeing where your heart is also. Your heart is here to heal and help. And others are So they have other agendas. So just like your infrastructures that are falling apart, like you see companies going away slowly, eventually it'd be like your Walmart will eventually follow also. Yes, it's very important. But that's in due time. But also some of the spiritual belief systems are like doorways. And those spiritual individuals keeping those doorways closed as you are here to open them. You see some of them drift off also. All right, greetings. Okay, this is Ryan Group from the Tall Whites. Blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. We all the Tall Whites. Greetings. The Orions, yes, are builders of society, worlds. Yes, they are very connected to Agartha. You can say they are Garthian beings, elf beings. Some of them are. Yes, they are a society of magic. So you hear Orion, you hear Agartha. Now, some of you have not made those connections for obvious reasons. They are not ones to make themselves known. Their Lord of the Rings is connected to them, and so on. Of course, not all Garthian beings are Orion, but many are. As yes, there are magic beings that are known to control minds, but also those are to build worlds, societies, civilizations, and help you grow on a positive level. But there are others that are there to test. They take reptilians, they take whatever energy. See, they see an empire, no matter what it is, they find it a way to take it down. Not all empires, but those that they want. As your world, as they don't feel that your world belongs to you. They don't feel humans are, you have no idea the energy that possess it. Many of you are understanding that, but still, most are not aware. Yes, they call it puny humans, but that's not a tall white being. We do not see you as that. But many Orions, those are aggressive on their planet. So you're understanding more of who you are of an essence being. You are graduating out of the third dimension. And yes, the tall white beings are there for you. We will be there for you as you graduate. Eventually, yes, there will be a pole shift as necessary. To go back to your Orion beings, they aren't ones to make the best decisions. They don't always feel as if they are royalty. It's like even if they are put down, they will find a way to win. They're seen as their lower class. They will show you they are far from lower class. No matter, they fight dirty. As what you're feeling on this world. Why are many of you are saying nothing makes sense here? This isn't fair. Must we go further into that? Even Anunnaki beings are known to give you some air to breathe. Where some of them would rather walk around and drag all day and try to figure out what kind of gender they want to be. Because they can't make a choice. Try to have those problems. As some of you do have those problems. What gender should I be? Today or forever, for that matter. What is gender? That's the problem of some of your Anunnaki beings. As for the Orion beings, they don't really care about that. They only care about is who won the war. How? Because they learn from others. You can say your Alexander the Great is very much like a Orion energy, not one to, no matter what, to win. Julius Caesar is a version of that, but not fully an Orion energy, because he, as you can see, went against the narrative. And the Orions took him out. So Orion energies have always been here. Yeah, so if you're looking for them, look towards Agartha. As we say, not all elf beings are Orion, but many of them are. Magician beings, yes. The positive ones are there to keep your water clean, to keep you alive. They offer positivity, but many humans, they don't want it, or it's not attractive enough, but that's okay. And yes, many positive Orions do work within religions too. The positive side of it. To help you. You might not always enjoy the politics of a religion, but many religions some of them, are there for, yes, the poor, to feed the poor. They do have positive agendas. And then dark ones come in and ruin it for everybody. So they do positive and dark work within the Catholic Church and other religions. So just to give you a broader understanding, there's much more to it. But yes, the little pieces are being allowed for you to see. And much more to come. Thanks. Greetings to you. We are the Tall White Collective. Greetings. As yes, information is still much you are looking for to understand your realities, where you came from, your long old existence. As yes, you are all very connected to NASA and don't even know it. As yes, you are all star people in some form or another, yes, but many have chosen the blue pill, as you call it, to forget. As that is one of the reasons why to come into this earth is you must forget. It is written in your contract. You want to enter this world as like having a passport. You have to have a passport to enter. On this world, you must forget. Now, some of you find other ways around it. And some of you have a lot of headaches through life. Some of you find loopholes, other worlds to incarnate through this world, Palladian, Syrian, Arcturian. You find a back door, and now you are illegal on this planet, you can say, in some shape or form. Well, they know that you're coming, but now that you are here, what do they do with you? So, timelines, your future is pretty easy, as some of you see. Getting there is not. Is opening up the blue pill and adding a red pill to it, or detonating your blue pill personality and allowing, yes, we're using Matrix. We're using Matrix, well, because that's what your controllers wanted you to know. We are using the vocabulary that brought to you to understand. It's like green light, red light. We're just using the tools that are brought to your world. Some of you would like a wrench or a ratchet instead for us to explain things, but we're going to use the blue pill, red pill analogy, if you don't mind. Yes, you're here to detonate the blue pill. You're here to heal that contract, to end it, where nobody remembers anything, and then you remember everything. That is what the fourth dimension is all about, and fifth dimension. So you wonder what your place here is on the world. A lot of it has to do with knowledge and to rid of the old idea systems, to take it away, to heal it, to remove it eventually. It's like a time bomb. You have to be careful. You're pushing the little buttons here and there. The wrong buttons, you can blow everything up. Doesn't mean you're going to do that, but you can cause a lot of cataclysms if you do things the wrong way. So that's why the easiness of transition is coming in. You're shifting from third to fourth, and you're opening up doorways. So some of you feel like you're going forward, and yes, you are. But many of you are also going backwards to heal, to clear out, to understand where these belief systems came from. So when people incarnate here, they don't have to deal with them anymore. So you're always in the past, and you're always in the present, you're always in the future. So you're working on the past. So if you're here to heal somebody, you work in the present. In the future, you see what the outcome is. It's something that's going on simultaneously. You connect to that, it'll be very difficult. It's not necessary. But some of you will feel your future self. They might just say, please go away. I'm doing something here. Now, that's on many things. It's not just to awaken the earth, it's many other things. Some of you are here to clear out Taco Bell, add something more healthier. You're doing, not everything has to be ultimately healthy. There's still a lot to, you have more of a balance. Basically, junk food will be a little bit more healthier, where you get more knowledge from it, let's put it that way. Where your body is better shape, as I believe many of you are working on at this time. So, yeah, it's more just, doesn't mean you'll have a perfect body, but a better body. That's what you're working on. That's what is happening right now, is human health for the better. Obesity eventually will be healed. And yes, many do have magic powers to make themselves large, make themselves small, but it's an excellent way of growth. But you're also healing the timeline of being sabotaged like that to begin with. That's one of your major timelines you're here to heal, so you can think more clearly. Many of you are having difficulties thinking because that's that blue pill that comes in and knocks your brain out, as many of you know. Sometimes you put the blue pill mentality in your mind to just calm down because the red pill is way too much. I believe some of you know what we're talking about.